How-to video, step-by-step instructions for filling out the online nomination applications for the NCCDD Advocacy and Leadership Awards. Hello, and on behalf of the North Carolina Council on Developmental Disabilities, thank you for your interest in nominating a worthy individual for NCCDD's Advocacy and Leadership Awards. Each year, the Council recognizes an outstanding self-advocate with the North Carolina Leadership Achievement Award, North Carolinians advocating on behalf of people living with IDD with the Jack B. Hefner Memorial Award, and professionals who advance programs for people with IDD across the state with the Helen C. Holly Riddle Distinguished Service Award. Winners of each award will be announced at the November quarterly council meeting during the Advocacy and Leadership Awards ceremony. This video will show you step-by-step how to nominate a deserving North Carolinian for these awards. So let's get started. Go to the homepage, which is nccdd.org. On the navigation bar, you'll see The Council. Go ahead and click that, and the drop-down menu will pop up. Scroll down to Advocacy and Leadership Awards and click that. As you can see, there are 3 awards from which you can choose to nominate someone, so we'll go ahead and choose the North Carolina Leadership Achievement Award. As a side note, there are 2 other versions of the application. One is a PDF download, which can be found here, and a text application, which will open up in Microsoft Word, and that can be found by clicking here. Each award application must be submitted before the allotted deadline, which is seen here, and are also available in Spanish. Section 1, the nomination form. Section 1 is the nomination form. So here you will fill out the name of the nominee. You can put in their name as you wish for it to appear on the award, their home address, city, state, zip code, and phone number. Now, for the Hefner Award, you will have to click a box in this section to specify whether the nominee is a family member of a person with an intellectual or other developmental disability, or if they are a volunteer. Section 2, listing of qualifications. Moving on to Section 2. So this is the section to list the qualifications of your nominee for the award, and can be done so in a separate document not exceeding 300 words. In this section, you'll need to give specific information about the nominee's activities in improving the lives of people with intellectual or other developmental disabilities, including examples of significant contributions and leadership. You will need to list the nominee's advocacy experience, their areas of strength, other experience and achievements in the area of IDD, and list the nominee's volunteer experience. Now, this section is the same for both the Leadership and Hefner Award. However, for nominations to the Riddle Award, you will need to list the nominee's professional experience, contributions, and other distinguishing professional characteristics, their areas of strength, leadership, and innovation in the area of IDD, and list the nominee's distinguishing personal characteristics, advocacy work, and other activities in the area of intellectual and other developmental disabilities. Now, you will be able to attach a Word document before you submit, but this section just highlights what you need to have in here to submit it. And then once you know you're going to be attaching that Word doc, you just click this button right here. Listing of qualifications is attached. So you have to click that to move on. Section 3, supporting information or references. So Section 3, this is where you're going to be putting in supporting information or references. You will need to provide 3 individuals who have personal knowledge of the efforts of your nominee. We recommend that each reference submit a short statement to support the nominee's positive influence on the disability community. These submissions should be no more than 300 words each. And within this section, you will have 3 opportunities to put in those individuals. So you enter their name, home address, city, state, zip code, and phone number. You can also do so for the second and in the third. And then, of course, you're going to want to give yourself a little bit of credit. So this is where you will submit your information, nominations submitted by. So you put in your full name, your title or your relationship to the nominee, your home address, city, state, zip code, and phone number. And a very important detail is your email, so that way we can go ahead and get in touch with you. It's also required. Section 4, submission deadlines and requirements. So now that you've finished filling out the nomination form, basically Section 4 highlights the submission deadlines and requirements. First, you're going to have to click here to acknowledge that you've read and followed the submission guidelines for your application to be considered. You're also stating that you understand that the application will not be considered if all of your documentation is not completed. After clicking that box, you'll have a checklist to complete stating that you have fulfilled all the sections of the nomination form. Click here to state that Section 1 has been completed. Click here to say that Section 2, that the required listing qualifications are attached in a Word document. Section 3 states that you have provided supporting information or references for your nomination. And finally, need to say that you have submitted this on or prior to the application's deadline, which again can be found right here. So before in Section 2, we had to put the listing of qualifications. This is where you will select the Word document. So you'll choose the file that you've written up and be able to submit it there. Click on your Word doc, load it up, and then right here is our friendly CAPTCHA. You have to click to say that you are not a robot. This just allows the submission to not be potentially labeled as spam or harmful. And that's it. You're done. You just click submit and the nomination will go through. Now, there are other options to submit if you choose not to do this online. There are 3 different ways to submit. And again, all pages of the application must be submitted by the deadline. So option 1, you can email the nomination application and listing of qualifications to David Ingram, Systems Change Manager, at david.ingram@dhhs.nc.gov, and make sure you also email it to info@nccdd.org. Option 2, you can fax the nomination application and listing of qualifications to 919-850-2915. Please include your cover sheet indicating your name and total number of pages. And option 3, you can go ahead and mail in the nomination application and listing of qualifications to North Carolina Council on Developmental Disabilities, attention NCCDD Advocacy and Leadership Awards, 3125 Poplarwood Circle, Suite 200, Raleigh, North Carolina, 27604. So thank you so much for taking the time to fill out the nomination applications for NCCDD's Advocacy and Leadership Awards, and we wish the best of luck to your nominee.